It's Coach Josh here, Training for Warriors Portland, and I want to talk to you about one of my favorite words, commitment. Now, my buddy Aziz, he says that there's 5 levels of commitment, and I don't know what the first 4 are because I deal in binary rules sometimes. And with commitment, I'm always at level 5. That means that I'll do whatever it takes, and anything less than that is I'm not committed to it. And when you're at a level 5 commitment, as he says, or whatever it takes level, it's pretty obvious. You'll do whatever it takes to get to that thing. And whatever it takes to accomplish a task is different for everybody. You know, in the context of the physical environment and training, like let's say I want to run a marathon. Well, I might just have to download a program from the internet and run for a few weeks and I can run a marathon. But there are some people who might have pain from running and they have to hire a running coach, and then they discover that they need to do knee surgery in order to correct a problem or an injury that they might have. Then they need to do rehab and physical therapy from the surgery, and then they need a longer training program to train up to the point where they were before they got injured, and then they can get on a competitive training schedule, and then they can compete or run a marathon. So both of us are willing to do whatever it takes. One person had 7 steps and I might only have 2. But we're both willing to do whatever it takes, and it doesn't need to be the same for everybody. And the question I always ask myself when my commitment is challenged, and it's something that's important to me, I say, is this a good enough reason to give up? And this happened to me all the time. It continually happens. I'm continually challenged on things. When I was having a really hard time 5 years ago, I was homeless, and I wrecked my car, so I became a full-time bike commuter, and I was having a hard time getting to all my appointments on my bike, and I got hit by a car, not once but twice in the same month, and I remember getting hit the second time, and I flipped off my bike and I landed on the street, and I knew I was fine. I knew that I was going to be fine from that. I wasn't really hurt, and I was sort of upset about it because I was like, man, I just wish my back was broken so that I had a good reason to give up, because I was so tired of just like figuring it out every day. And it was worse than that because although I was physically fine, my bike was wrecked, and I had to put it in the shop, and it got fixed for free, of course, or the lady's insurance paid for it, but I had to go without a bike, and now I had a harder time getting to my appointments. I remember having to sprint from appointment to appointment, like to go do things around town. I could get on the bus, and then I'd have to just like book it so that I could get from place to place, and I felt stupid. I felt dumb doing that. And then I asked myself, all right, well, is that a good enough reason to give up on my dreams? And it's a silly question, but when you say it out loud, I mean, is anything really? I mean, could you do it? Could you do it? Probably. You could probably step up and take one more action, do one more thing, do whatever it takes to get to where you want to go. It might not be comfortable, it might be painful, it might be awkward, embarrassing, or what have you, but you only live once. So, what is your level of commitment? Examine it. And if you're not ready to do whatever it takes, why? What's the level of discomfort that you're not willing to tolerate? Write it down, look at it, reflect on it. Maybe you are ready. All right, talking about the C word, my favorite word, commitment. This is Coach Josh from Training for Warriors Portland, helping you bring out the warrior within.